Ache Olofi, Ache Olodumare, Ache Oloruna, Ache Bobo Egunararuna, Ache La Ocha, Ago Legbara, Ago Echodara Golaroye, Ago. Hello, it's me again. I'm kind of rusty right now. I'll get that together later. What do I have? What does this button do? Oh, hold on. Oh, yes. Let's get some filter really quick. What do I have to say? Um, I. Ooh, I'm sorry, guys. I'd like to look a little, just a little. Oh no, man. What do I have to say, guys? So riots are still happening, and they're getting worse. And I'll tell you how I have been protesting uh, since I am a witch, a santero, espiritista. I protest in my own way, and the best way that I can contribute to having my voice heard as a black person or a person of color or a minority here. What have I been doing since I'm not on the streets protesting, marching, I should say? My protesting is all spiritual and figuring out a way to fight the spiritual war that's at hand. Based upon my last video, I was calling out for the elders for their help and their guidance and resolution to maybe consult the what you would call the oracle or the Orisha through Delagoon, but I was mainly going through dance so that the people can express themselves through dance and release some of that energy in a physical way and allow the Olodumare to send down whichever energy would be appropriate um, to go before the people and to give us a remedy or advice, whatnot, which is the way that um, I felt was a good direction to go, based upon my past recollections or what I've experienced in the past with my grandparents in times of need and in times of riot. And yeah, that's where I was going. A couple of people, a couple of santeros reached out to me and they agreed with me um, and wanted to help in any way that they could, which was beautiful. And also, I reached out to find out through connection um, where are the elders and who, who is who and what is what. And I went through the Olorishas United, which I am affiliated with through Facebook group, and I I did attempt to post one of my YouTube videos, the ones that you probably have seen, regarding my frustration and help um, in the Olorisha room, which needed to go through a approval of the administrator of the group, which I checked just a few moments ago and it didn't get approved, which was fine. Um, so, and I'll tell you why. Well, you could probably see why based upon um, the the standards of the group. So I also, through that group, reached out to a young, beautiful Orisha. She's not young, by the way. She is an elder of mine. She said by some months. But um, I reached out to her, and she was so kind to accept my call through Facebook. I called her, and she was very kind to, you know, listen to me and listen to my story, and also listen to my petition, um, and what can we do. And she herself has been very busy. This lady's name is Trini. She has been very busy, um, and very active in the Orisha community. I'd say more so than me, where she gets everyone together through Zoom and whatnot, and has a um, prayer prayer meeting, where she basically prays for those who are sick, those who are a part of the riots and whatnot, with the group, which is beautiful, very beautiful. And I wish I could have been a part of that. Unfortunately, I was working, but very beautiful. And, you know, prayer is communication, and it's communication with Olofi, with God, the Creator, the omnipotent being, which is very important. So she has been doing that work, and it's beautiful. But yet, I asked her, and I talked to her about, you know, could we, or could put a drumming together to allow the flow of the energy of the Orisha to you know to flow and to come and give the people, peace of mind through advice, or just a warm hug from maybe Obatala, letting us know everything is going to be okay. And she listened, and she said, we our group is not uh, really about that, just because different elays do different things, and you might do a tambor one way while another might do another way, and we don't want that type of friction within the community. Ache. Ache. And that's something I really did not consider, because where I was very tune. My godfather told me today, very tune, wanting everyone to get together and unite, and Captain Planet it. Our powers combined, um, which is not the case within any really religious community, because we do have egos, that are part of every community. Egos, and you're not doing things the way that's right. You need a babalao. You need this. You got to do this. You need the, blah 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 blah. And she was staying away from that type of energy, which I totally agree, and had not considered, just coming from a place of urgency. I did not consider the mindsets of the egoistic people that may come or may want to be a part of also. So, dispersing that, um, it educated me, first of all, on the group. They are an advocacy, um, in case of trouble during our religious practices. They are there to unite, to stand the ground of our faith and what we believe, which is beautiful also. Um, so the energy within that Facebook group is pure, and it's full of love, and it is Obatala centric, which is great. So that was that. That is I think one of the connections to one of the Obas, who is, I think, the eldest or the second eldest within the United States, on record. Um, so that's his part of his affiliation. His name is Willie Ramos Kinkamache, because he's wrote books. I'm sure you've read one of his books also. So he is keeping afloat and keeping our traditions on paper, which is great. So that's where I am with the nationwide, trying to bring the nationwide together for that, for what's going on right now. So is it going to work with the nation? Unfortunately, not. And that's okay. Um, because, like, Miss Trini said, your Elay does, one thing one way and another Elay does another. Follow your godparents, which I say in every single video that I make. Whatever your godfather says, that's it. I say that in every video. So going based upon that, I also talked to my godfather about the same thing. I let him know that I reached out to some of the national santeros to get their advice and see what they thought. Unfortunately, I didn't get a lot of feedback, just from a couple of santeros. Maybe they think I'm crazy, but I'm really trying to, to put us um, away from this osobo. Anyway, talked to my godfather about the same thing just a few hours ago. I wish I could record him, because he just makes so much sense. But um, he also said, unfortunately, that it, when you do santo, you really do it for you and your household and your loved ones. And whatever you need to do for you, do it for your safety and the safety of your loved ones. Unfortunately, you cannot, you can't drag a horse to drink water. I forget how he says that, but you can't help everybody, and not everybody wants to be helped. So you have to really take care of where you live. And I said, and I've been doing that pretty much my whole life with a heart to help others, which is why I make these videos. But it's very true. I can't help everybody, and that's my message to you guys today. I'm stuttering because I hate saying. I wish there was something I could do, you know. But I can't help everybody, you know. Um, so I have some suggestions uh, that may help you guys on this road in this new lifetime that we are in. If you do have, if you are crowned Orisha, stay close to your elegua. Um, Emotions. I'm a child of Yemaya too. I have both waters. But if you do have elegua, you know, if you ever feel such as, God forbid, but if you ever feel like martial law is coming or some type of urgency where you need to leave, have OB always ready. Put it in the refrigerator, you know. If you can cast Delagoon real quick, and always have Delagoon ready to go. Always have, you know, your caracoles, your Delagoons in bags. Um, our ancestors, they kept them in, they actually came over to the New World with the Delagoon in their hair. The cowrie shells braided in their hair. That was Delagoon. Um, be ready, you know, stay alert, stay spiritually fit, um, and have a plan. Have a plan. Um, and for those of you who don't have those things, be ever close to your godfather. Call him your godparent, your godmother. Call them, ask them in case of a crisis what they will do and what you should do. Um, you know, it's you need to have a plan. You need to know. Unfortunately, my my plan of us really uniting, and that is contrary to reality. And we are in an energy of a Gunda, which is really hot. And it does speak about these things, which I'll go over briefly. Ogunda, with Ayonle or Ayobe, whichever one you want to call it, 3-8. We already, if you go back to my coronavirus post, you'll learn about that. But 3-8 also is, Ogunda is guns, it's war, it is um, arguing, fighting, it is government, it is the National Guard, it is military, it is all those things. Anything that you see within an Ogun pot, it is surgery. It is um, cutting, tearing, ripping, um, all of those things. The heat of Ogunda is upon the land. And then you have the number 8 in the second position. People say Toti Eyonle. With the number 8, that is the heads, the generals, the judge, government again, darkness. Eyonle has darkness in it. It is light and it is dark. It is the total balance of life. You know, um, so woohoo! You're living in a time, and also my godfather said this number also fell many generations ago during slavement. This is an Odu of slavement. Take closer look around you. Notice the vaccine. It may be mandated. Who knows what will be in that vaccine? And the control of the people, enslavement once again, can rise. And will it? I would like to say no. With the Obara tongue, I say no. you know, um, I'm speaking against it. But make yourself ready. Know where you're going. Know your safe points. If you don't have godparents and you're just a someone who acknowledges the faith and you're wondering what you can do, your ancestors. Lean on your ancestors. Lean on your great-great-grandmother. Ask her. Go to your Bovida. Guide me. If anything should happen, guide me. I need you to guide me, because our ancestors have been through this, okay? Um, lean on your ancestors. So that's where I am, guys. It's not really a downer video, although it may seem as if it is, and also although I feel as it is, I do have the Orisha, and I know that they will protect me. I was hoping we would all come together and be protected together, but I understand a man is a man. I am not the Orisha, and neither are they. They all, egos are out there. So we have to treat everyone as a man, and I don't want people going out there who have Santo thinking that they can't get hurt, because again, we are not the Orisha. We are not the Orisha. We're human beings, and you can get hurt. And know that when you do take part in the riots, and I'm not telling you not to, but when you do, you're putting a huge target on yourself. You're saying Achelu, which is the police. Here I am. I am your target. And arrows will fly. Mafarefuno Chosi. That's another thing. If you have Ochosi, if you have Ogun, and you need to go out, clean yourself. The meat cleaning, if you know it, do it. If you're a police officer, clean yourself. Clean yourself. And within these times, I would do a cleaning. I'm going to do a cleaning tomorrow. I'm going to do one once a week as long as we're in this energy. Because, first of all, I am of color. I'm of color, which is a target. I am a homosexual, which is another target. and I'm a male, you know. So I already have that on me. Now, walking down the street within a protest, um, that's a huge target saying, here I am. If you want to shoot me, shoot me. But that is what they're asking for. And also, blessings, peace be with you. Achila ocha. Um, and also, you know, you really have to consider where you're doing your protest. You've done it in your city, you've done it in your county, yes, but where does the protest really need to be? It needs to be at the White House. Why, that is where you need to do it. The police are really just taking orders. They have that little thing in their ear. Their boss, the White House, whoever tells them what to do. And they're pretty much programmed to do what they're told, because you have to understand they're getting threats also, not from you, from the protesters, but from their bosses. You have to consider all of these things. They're humans too. They don't want to be out on the street. They don't want to be doing what they're doing. Yes, most of them are guilty for their abuse for civilians and life. Yes. But to add heat uh, and go in their faces and spit in their faces, that's you. That's someone's child. That's someone's son also. You know, I am not at all saying that they do things right, but the approach to protest has to be thought of. It has to be thought of. Think about what you do first. Do your attack, your frustration should be at the White House. It should be there. Achela Ochago. That's what I have, guys. Um, Protect your home, protect yourself. Um, this is not a time to be carrying guns or weapons either. Pepper spray, okay. But, you know, this is not a time for that. Go to work. If you go to work, go straight home. Still quarantine yourself. The reminder that the police are someone's son and daughter. It is, it's very true. And the way, you know, the way that they are right now, they're riled up too. They're riled up too. And a lot of them are on both sides. Okay, because there's black policemen out there too, and they understand. They saw the video. They get it. But for you to go in their face and spit in their face and, threaten the police, threaten their lives, they they're going to fight back also. They're going to fight back also like any other human being would. We're fighting each other. Meanwhile, the president has sent people into space to get things ready. That's their mission. And it was made public, but everybody ignored it. Everyone ignored their mission. They're in space right now getting things ready. They're expecting by 2024 for us, if we're able, to buy a ticket into space. Okay? The vaccine, my godfather, Kinkamache, he we already know, he said, we already know there is a way to get rid of the virus. We already know that because they're in space. How can you go to space without handling things on Earth first? They're in space. The president is sit back laughing. He's going golfing. He's eating good at his table, you know. while we are tearing up our streets, burning things down, the things that the blood and sweat of the previous generation had built up, we're burning it down. And they're supplying, as you know, you guys have all seen, they're supplying the tools for us to burn things down. So I will continue doing what, I will pray for all of you. I pray for the world. I pray for the world that the generation, you know, after me will be able to go to a concert, be able to go see whoever, whatever artist that go see Beyonce. I hope that generation will be able to go see their favorite artist, be able to go have a picnic outside. I'm happy I got to. I'm happy I got to go to prom. But it doesn't look like the generation now will be, or after, will be able to do those type of things. So, in part, my generation and those uh, before me, we are great. I am grateful that I got to be able to be free for 36 years. I'm 36. I am grateful to be able to travel the world, not the world, but do the traveling that I did without any of this. This is the extreme. This is Ogunda. So, and pay attention to astrology too, because astrology has been on it. Pay attention to astrology. Wayne, um, Wayne the Psychic. His name is Wayne the Psychic. He is out of Los Angeles. He is my god brother. He's not crowned, but he's just my god brother through my godfather. He uh, he he has been on it. Okay, the way he reads the plans and things, he saw all of this coming, and he always reminds us. He said, "I told you guys. I told you guys." He says, "I'm not really a psychic, but I just read what it says, read what the planets say, and that's what the planet says, you know." Venus is in retrograde right now. Relationships are breaking up too, Love is has turned sour. The earth has turned sour, has became joy has become sorrow. All of those things that make us happy have flipped upside down. But you know, like unity, what I was calling for. Um, so that's what I got. This is my update, guys. Um, if I find like any little witch tips or anything, I would definitely pass them on to you, as long as YouTube is allowed, because I'm sure restrictions are at hand. Um, and if I move to a different island or anything, I would you know keep in contact the best that I can. But I need you guys to take care of yourself, take care of your ancestors, your Bovida, your Orisha, and stay close to them. And don't put a target on your back. Don't put a target on your back. If you see protesters on one street, go to the back street. If you don't want to be around that, become part of that energy. You know, get to where you're going and get home. Always have a canned foods, uh, things that you can pack up quickly. I've got to go. Um, so this is what I've got for you guys. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I'm a son of Ochun, and I've always had a love for people. and wanting to help people just because I grew up in Castle Hill in the Bronx. So I've always seen division amongst people, and I didn't want that. And that's a reason why I never really wanted to be a part of Lukumi, because I saw that. And when I met my godfather here in California, I felt love. I felt love, and I still do. He I love my godfather. I felt love, and that's what I was trying to put out there was love, whether it's through, Lukumi, Buddhism, Hinduism, you know, just love. Maybe I'm a hippie. Achela ocha ago elegwa, ago yalode apete bi ye o karibu kole alade. Go you, Ochuni yami. Protect your people and save the earth again, please. I go. Thank you guys for watching.